Hey guys, happy Friday. I talked to Miss Coffee yesterday and got some feedback on how the day went. For many of you, it was super successful and you did a nice job. For others, I have some reminders for you today. Thank you guys again ahead of time for trying your best, doing your best. I know that you are and that you will. And so here's just kind of the to-do list for today, and then I have some examples and things to show you. So your 5 articles should be done for today. Yesterday I peeked at a bunch. I just kind of scrolled through a lot of them. Some of you had it done, had great essential questions, had links for me. They all worked. Some of you had a blank page. So get it figured out, get it done. That should be turned in. I'm going to check that over the weekend and put it on Infinite Campus. So get it done. Click turn in on Google Classroom, please. So the essential questions, I know that we haven't spent much time on those, and that's really my fault and just a lack of time really before I had to be out for this training. So I just have a quick tip for you. We could spend a couple of days on essential questions, to be honest with you, to ask really good ones. For right now, my biggest tip is to, before you take notes on it, preview that article one more time. Even read it. Remember how we read the last article the first time around? We read the first part of it without writing anything down. Kind of got an understanding of what the article is going to be about. I suggest you do the same thing for the ones that you picked today. Preview it again, and you might be able to come up with a better essential question. A good go-to, if you're really struggling, is to start off that question with "in what ways?" Because then you're going to kind of guarantee that your notes have details that you can really measure and you can really see if they help answer that question. So that's just a tip for you. I know Miss Coffee said yesterday that she could, help you guys with essential questions. So just ask her. She has some good ideas for you. So your job today is notes on 2 of your articles, or if you chose videos, you could choose the 2 videos, or you could choose 1 article and 1 video. Your job is notes on 2. Okay? I would like you to highlight in your document before you turn it in, your assignment document that you were working on with the 5 articles. Just highlight in yellow the 2 ones that you're choosing so that I kind of know what to look for. And have those notes ready for me on Monday to show me when you come into class. I want you to remember our checklist that's up on the whiteboard. And I also want you to think back to now at the beginning of the week, what is your goal? Were you a person who wanted to know your purpose? Were you a person who wanted to know what to write down? Were you a person who was focusing on the format you were using? Or were you a person who was making your notes meaningful to you? Do you think you've improved on any of those things? And if you have, maybe think about how you have or why you have. And if you haven't, maybe take the opportunity to, during these 2 sets of notes, try to improve on that as we go along. So I'm going to show you my notes. And I'm going to kind of show you the changing of my notes from beginning to end. Okay, so the article I decided to go with was this one from Newsy LA. That was called Kids Night, Osaka 20 beats her idol Serena to win the US Open. So I scrolled through it again and skimmed through it again, and I actually read through it once without writing anything down, and I came up with my essential question, and that's how I actually started the heading of my notes. So I'm going to show you that. Okay, so here are my notes for this one, and you can see that I started with my essential question up here, and I just took a bunch of bullet points. Now, I will say this is not the best format. I could definitely improve on the formatting of my notes. I know that if I have bullet points, I probably should have some headings or some kind of categories, but it doesn't mean that I can't create that after my bullet points are already made. I can always go back and add those things. So this is my first run through of my notes. After I do this, I go back and I check that checklist and I see, what do I still need to do yet? So if I were to check things off of this checklist and kind of see where I'm at, do I have a purpose and essential question? Yes. I wrote that at the top of my paper. Are my notes readable so far and meaningful to me? Yes, they are. I didn't copy everything word for word. My bullet points aren't big paragraphs. It's definitely readable. The formatting, like I said, could kind of improve. So I might try to work on that next. Do I have evidence of interaction, revisiting, or adding information? No. Do I answer my essential question with detail? I don't really know yet. I'm going to have to go back and see, kind of like we did the last time where we looked for the P's and the E's. I'm going to have to go back and see how many bullet points actually help me answer my question. Right now I do not have any vocabulary in there. I didn't define unknown or new vocabulary. I haven't written a summary, and I don't really know yet if I know enough about this topic to apply it to something else. So I have a couple of these checked off, but I have a couple more to go. Okay, so that's not what I want. So here are my notes again. Remember, I kind of talked about got an essential question, but not great format, no vocabulary, and I don't really know if what I have answers my essential question. So I went through like we did last time, and this time instead of scoring it, I just gave it a check mark, a 0, or like a question mark. The check mark was like, yes, I feel like that answered my question. So anytime you see a check mark in here, those are my bullet points that I considered good details. Some of them are better than others. The zeros, or the circles, these are kind of the oddball facts. Like, I don't really know that they help me answer my question. Maybe they could help me when I'm applying what I learned, but they don't really answer my question. And then the question mark here was like, I don't know, does it answer my question? Maybe a little bit if I added on to it. So you'll see that. You'll also see kind of my annotations here. This is me rereading, and when I'm processing my notes, I'm adding questions. I'm adding on extra inferences, so things I think beyond the text. I'm making comments along the way. So you can see that I've already improved my notes by doing this processing step and looking for which of these bullet points are good quality, help me answer my question, and which things maybe could I add on to or look for more information about. Okay, one thing I did not have that I went back and added, I checked my checklist again, looked up at the whiteboard, saw that I didn't have a summary, so I tried to do that. My summary went down to 2 pages, but I just put it at the bottom here, and it was kind of like a summary slash I tried to answer my essential question with some detail. So if you can do that at the end, that's a good way for you to check that part off your checklist. If you can't write a good summary that helps you answer your essential question, or you can't answer your essential question, remember, your notes aren't quite good enough yet. Okay, check the checklist again. What else can I improve on? Making my notes have a little bit more structure or format. So I grabbed some highlighters. You guys could grab different colored pens or pencils, or maybe you have highlighters. You could just write these things in the margins if you wanted to try this, but I tried to categorize my information. So anything in yellow is like stuff from the past, from Osaka's like history or when she was younger. Stuff in the orange is like impressive stuff from the actual match or from her kind of rise to fame in the tennis world. And stuff in green is like the emotions of the match, which kind of played into why this match was so meaningful for her. Actually, all the things that I highlighted, I think I can use to answer that question. So it's meaningful because of what happened in the past, because of how impressive both players were during the match, and because of how many emotions this match brought for Osaka and for Serena Williams. So categorizing these, again, going back and rereading, helps me think, yeah, I think I have some pretty good information here to answer my essential question. So if I check this one more time, see where I'm at. Yes, I have a purpose. Yes, it's readable and meaningful. Yes, now it's a better format and it's better organized. Yes, I've interacted, I've revisited, I've added information. Yes, I think I can answer my essential question with detail. This one is still a no. So I would need to maybe go back and look and see if I can get some new vocab. I summarized. And this one's kind of a question mark. Like, I don't really know. I haven't applied this to anything else. This one's still also like, I could maybe do something else to show that I can apply what I know. But right now, that one still wouldn't be checked off. All right. So, in conclusion here, your notes that I see on Monday should look like that, like those, or something like those. One huge reminder. Everyone is working in the classroom today. Got some notes yesterday about people asking to work in the learning lounge or asking to work in the library. So I would like everybody to stay in the classroom today. Unless I previously talked to you about a plan, we're going to work in the classroom. So Thanks for asking, but we're going to wait to use that learning lounge until I'm back. And everybody should stay where they're at and work individually today. So on Monday, I'll be looking to see those 2 articles from you, and we'll go from there. Have a good class. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday.